A brushstroke of sunlight falls on the emptiness, a hesitant yellow blooming in the quiet. It is the echo of a color, a memory whispered by the wind through a field of wheat. There, where the crows take flight like splinters of darkness against a bruised sky, I find myself lost in the labyrinth of his gaze. Inside Van Gogh's mind, the world breathes differently. It pulses with a fevered light, a light born from darkness, from the ache of longing. He painted the sunflowers as if they were burning hearts, each petal a tongue of fire, reaching for a heaven he could not touch. He saw the soul in the ordinary, the divine in the dust motes dancing as sunbeam. A pair of old boots became a landscape of sorrow, a testament to the long walk of a life. He understood the language of the earth, the silent communion between the roots of trees and the secrets buried deep within the soil. Loneliness was his constant companion, a shadow clinging to his heels as he wandered through the starlit nights. But even in his solitude, he found a connection, a thread of empathy that bound him to the suffering of others. He painted the poor, the forgotten, the faces etched with the hardships of existence, and in doing so, he gave them a voice, a dignity that the world had denied them. The cypress trees soared towards the heavens like flames, their dark green bodies writhing with a passionate intensity. They were the guardians of his dreams, the silent witnesses to his struggles. He saw in them a reflection of his own yearning, a desire to transcend the limitations of his mortal form. The colors swirled around him like a vortex, a chaotic dance of emotion. Yellow, the color of hope, the color of madness, the color of the sun beating down on the fields of Arles. Blue, the color of melancholy, the color of the night sky, the color of the infinite expanse of the universe. Green, the color of life, the color of renewal, the color of the earth awakening from its winter slumber. He painted with a fervor that bordered on obsession, as if he were trying to capture the essence of life itself before it slipped through his fingers. He poured his soul onto the canvas, leaving behind a trail of vibrant color and raw emotion. He was a conduit, a channel through which the beauty and pain of the world could flow. And in the silence between the brushstrokes, I hear his voice, a whisper carried on the wind. It speaks of faith, of hope, of the enduring power of the human spirit. It speaks of the beauty that can be found even in the midst of suffering. It speaks of the light that shines even in the darkest of nights. He sought solace in the natural world, in the simple beauty of a flower, the vastness of the sky, the rhythm of the seasons. He found God not in the grand cathedrals, but in the humble landscapes that surrounded him. He believed that art could heal, that it could offer solace to the wounded soul. The echo of color lingers in the air, a reminder of the enduring power of his vision. He saw the world with different eyes, with a depth of perception that few could comprehend. He painted not what he saw, but what he felt, and in doing so, he revealed the hidden beauty that lies beneath the surface of things. The cypress trees reach towards the heavens, like dark flames against the twilight sky. They are monuments to his longing, his yearning for something beyond the confines of his earthly existence. In their silent grandeur, he found a kindred spirit, a reflection of his own towering passions. The stars swirl above, a celestial dance of light and shadow. Each star a tiny spark of hope, a beacon in the vast darkness. He saw in them not just distant suns, but the souls of the departed, watching over us with infinite compassion. He painted them with a frenetic energy, as if trying to capture their ethereal beauty before it faded away. The wheat fields sway in the breeze, a golden ocean stretching to the horizon. They are a symbol of abundance, of the promise of harvest, of the cyclical nature of life and death. He saw in them the potential for nourishment, for sustenance, for the continuation of life. He painted them with a reverence, as if they were sacred ground. He walked among them, feeling the earth beneath his feet, the sun on his face, the wind in his hair. He was one with the landscape, a part of the natural world. His soul found resonance in the rustling leaves, the chirping crickets, the distant song of a bird. He listened to the silence, to the whispers of the wind, to the secrets of the earth. He found peace in the solitude, in the absence of human judgment, in the freedom to be himself. He carried the weight of the world on his shoulders, but he never lost his capacity for wonder. He saw beauty in the mundane, in the ordinary, in the forgotten corners of the world. A pair of worn boots, a simple vase of sunflowers, a humble peasant's cottage. These were the subjects of his art, the objects of his affection. He elevated them to the realm of the sublime, transforming them into symbols of hope, of resilience, of the enduring power of the human spirit. He knew that true beauty lies not in perfection, but in imperfection, in the flaws and cracks that reveal the story of a life lived. He embraced the brokenness of the world, finding in it a strange and unexpected grace. He sought to capture not just the outward appearance of things, but the inner essence, the soul that animated them. He painted with his heart, with his soul, with every fiber of his being. He was driven by an insatiable desire to express the inexpressible, to communicate the feelings that raged within him. He longed to connect with others, to share his vision of the world, to offer solace and hope to those who were suffering. But his art was often misunderstood, rejected, ridiculed. He felt isolated, alone, adrift in a sea of indifference. Yet he never gave up on his dream, on his belief in the power of art to transform the world. He painted until the very end, driven by a force that he could not control. The echo of color reverberates through the ages, a testament to his enduring legacy. His paintings are a window into his soul, a glimpse into the mind of a genius tormented by doubt and despair, yet filled with an unquenchable thirst for beauty and truth. He left behind a world transformed, a world seen through the eyes of a visionary. And in the silence that follows, I hear his voice, a soft whisper of hope, a promise of redemption. A reminder that even in the darkest of nights, the light will always return. It lingers, a gentle presence, like the warmth of the sun on a winter's day. And in that return, a kind of peace, the kind that settles after a storm, when the air is washed clean and the stars shine brighter than before. He painted the stars as if they were sunflowers in the night sky, each one a tiny sun, radiating warmth and light. He saw the universe as a garden, a place of infinite beauty and wonder. He felt a kinship with all living things, a sense of belonging to something larger than himself. The echo of color fades, but the feeling remains, a warmth in the heart, a glimmer of hope in the darkness. He taught us to see the world with new eyes, to find beauty in the everyday, to embrace the imperfections that make us unique. He taught us that even in the midst of suffering, there is always light to be found, if only we are willing to look for it. He painted his pain, his joy, his hope, his despair, all with the same passionate intensity. He held nothing back, baring his soul for the world to see. And in doing so, he gave us a gift of honesty, of vulnerability, of the courage to be ourselves, flaws and all. The fields of gold whisper his name. The cypress trees reach towards the heavens. The stars twinkle with his light. He is gone, but his spirit lives on. In his paintings, in his words, in the hearts of those who have been touched by his art. He was a sunflower in a field of wheat, a bright spot in a world of gray. He was a beacon of light, guiding us through the darkness. The echo of color continues to resonate, a symphony of light and shadow, a testament to the power of the human spirit. He found beauty where others saw only ugliness, hope where others saw only despair. He taught us to look beyond the surface, to see the soul that lies within. He showed us that even in the darkest of times, there is always reason to hope, to believe, to create. He painted not just with his hands, but with his heart, with his soul, with every fiber of his being. He poured himself into his art, giving it everything he had. And in doing so, he created something timeless, something that will continue to inspire and uplift for generations to come. The echo of color is a reminder of the power of art to heal, to transform, to transcend. It is a reminder that even in the face of adversity, we can still find beauty. We can still find hope. We can still find meaning. He was a master of light, a painter of souls, a visionary who saw the world in a way that no one else could. He showed us the beauty that exists within ourselves, the beauty that exists within the world around us. He taught us to embrace our imperfections, to celebrate our uniqueness, to live our lives with passion and purpose. The echo of color is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, A reminder that even in the darkest of nights, the light will always return. And in that light, a promise of hope, a promise of healing, a promise of a brighter future. He painted his way through darkness, leaving behind a trail of light for us to follow. He was a star, shining brightly in the night sky, guiding us home. And in the silence that remains, I hear his voice, a soft whisper of gratitude, a gentle reminder to live our lives to the fullest, to embrace the beauty that surrounds us, to never give up on our dreams. The sunflowers bow their heads, the cypress trees stand tall, the stars twinkle with understanding. It is finished. The painting is complete. The echo of color fades, leaving behind a feeling of peace, of serenity, of quiet contemplation. He is home. And so, in a way, are we. A whisper of wind through the wheat.